On this episode of Penguins Postgame, the Pittsburgh Penguins have eliminated the Florida Panthers from playoff contention. Evgeni Malkin scored 3 goals and grabbed an assist to surpass 1,000. Also picked up a milestone. It's the Penguins and the Panthers on Penguins postgame. Here we go, gents. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for another episode of Penguins postgame. Let's get started. Welcome to Sports for Beginners. This is the show where I cover the Pittsburgh Penguins, Toronto Blue Jays, and take you on a journey through the world of sports. From the fans' perspective, here is your host, Scott McGregor. Let's have some fun. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Penguins Postgame. My name is Scott McGregor. Topic of conversation, the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Florida Panthers, who are getting set to do battle within the next couple of minutes from now at 3 p.m. Eastern, the second of 2 games at PPG Paints Arena under head coaches Dan Muse and Paul Maurice. At this current time, as we prepare to get you all brought up to speed from the 9-4 Penguins win over the Florida Panthers on Saturday, that was yesterday. As we have gotten into our Easter celebration here, acknowledgement, let's dive in to the game. The records for both teams heading into this matchup after their previous meeting, which the Penguins won on October 23rd, 2025, by a score of 5-3 in Florida in favor of the Penguins, by the way. The Penguins were 6-2-0. As for the Panthers, they were 4-5-0. As of late, and as of the Olympic winter break, the Pittsburgh Penguins, head coached by Dan Muse, were 29-15 and heading into the game on Saturday. Their record 38-22-16. For the Florida Panthers, head coached by Paul Maurice, their record at the Olympic winter break since the last time these two teams met, 29-25-3. As for Florida's record heading into action, 37-35-3. We'll get to the records of where they sit heading into this afternoon's contest in a matter of moments. As I mentioned in the first meeting, the records after the first regular season meeting between the two squads: Florida 4-5-0, Penguins 6-2-0. In the last 10 games heading into action on Saturday, the Penguins were 5-4-1, Florida 4-6-0, and it is imperative to note that as a result of the 9-4 loss from Pittsburgh against Florida, not only are the Florida Panthers going to miss the postseason, but they also are in danger of dropping the season series to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Before we go to our first commercial break of the program, we will try to get into the first period of play, where we had a penalty to the Panthers, 2 goals by the Penguins, 1 on the power play, 1 at even strength, and back-to-back even strength goals off of the stick of Florida Panthers players. Before we get to that, the officiating crew, as we drive our way into our goaltending matchup, we'll get to that in a second. The officiating crew, referees were Jake B. and Mitch Dunning, wearing the numbers 26 and 20. Number 92 and number 57 were the linesmen. They are Mark S. and Dylan B. Paul Maurice sending behind the pipes, between the pipes, I should say, for this matchup, number 72, Sergei Brabovsky, backed up by number 40, Danielle Tarasov, and I can now confirm via Daily Faceoff that it will be Danielle Tarasov against the Pittsburgh Penguins. What I can't confirm yet, but I actually should be able to confirm now, is the fact that the Pittsburgh Penguins will be sending, though in this matchup between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Florida Panthers, that one just about set to get underway, but we got a game to break down to get to that game. So without further ado, who was Sergei Brabovsky taking on in Game 1 in Pittsburgh of the season series in Pittsburgh? There were two games that were in Pittsburgh. One is about to get underway. The other went down last night. And the goaltender opposite Sergei Brabovsky for the Pittsburgh Penguins and Dan Muse, number 37, Arturs Silovs. Silovs versus Brabovsky, Stuart Skinner, and Danielle Tarasov in at backup, if needed. Danielle Tarasov was needed in backup for this game, and why not? The Penguins go to town on the Panthers. Why not bring in Tarasov? We'll jump into that momentarily. Here we go, folks. Getting you set for the game to break it down. We do have a little bit of time here to break down the first period, so let's go ahead and break down that period. Starting off with our penalty taker. That would be number 20 of the Florida Panthers, Mike Benning. 2 minutes for boarding at 4 minutes and 12 seconds. In the second period, Donovan Sabrango, 2-minute minor for interference, and Eetu Luosterainen, 2 minutes for hooking. Time of that penalty in the second period, by the way, 15 minutes, 54 seconds. Time of the penalty to Donovan Sabrango, 4 minutes, 20 in the second period. Pittsburgh takes one penalty in the game, and that came in the second period, as Connor Clifton and Luke Kay drop the mitts at 15 minutes, 5 seconds, 5 minutes for fighting to both players. No penalties were taken in the third. So, folks, we've broken down the second period and first period penalties. We are going to take a commercial break. When we come back, who scored for the Penguins? Who scored for the Florida Panthers? Who were the 3 stars of the game? Who is going to get the play of the game? Who's going to get the shake of the game? And due to time constraints, we are going to move Bucks and Pucks to the next Penguins post-game show we do for the regular season, and do a game puck of the game, followed after the shake of the game, the play of the game, and of course, we are going to take a look around the NHL. All that still to come, but when we return to Penguins postgame, who scored for the Penguins? Who scored for the Panthers? The penalty summary is out of the way. Scorers from Penguins Panthers Saturday game action when we continue.
Hey Allie, did you know we have a books panel?
I did not know that. When is it?
It takes place on the last Friday of each month at 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Where we have fun and engaging conversations
about a book that one of the panelists picks.
So, how can I learn more about the show?
To learn more, please visit bookspanel.ca. While you're there, subscribe to the newsletter so you never miss an update. Besides, it's free. Enter your email and hit subscribe.
The Books Panel is part of the Musa Slobodia Network, where good conversations happen.
To learn more about the network, please visit themusaslobodianetwork.ca. While you're over there, hit subscribe so you never miss a network update. Enter your email and hit subscribe.
Take another look with Gerda Felix and Melanie Taddeo Malo. Two powerful women of diverse backgrounds having genuine, unique, and uncomfortable conversations that everyone needs to have. Join Melanie and Gerda for conversations about what is missing from human connections.
CNT Radio will never give you up. They will never let you down, nor will they run around or desert you. So join Nick Astley for The Melting Pot every Saturday on CNT Radio. Hang on a minute. He's not Nick Astley. Oh, jings, I've done it wrong. Anyway, just join Nick for The Melting Pot on CNT Radio.
Welcome back, folks, to Penguins Postgame on Sports for Beginners, the podcast. Just a quick note here on the starting goaltender for this game. We don't have a starter yet for the Penguins, but we just received word from the Pittsburgh Penguins that the following players have been recalled up. Avery Hayes has been recalled from Wilkes-Barre Scranton and Penguins. Taylor Gauthier has also been recalled from the Wheeling Nailers, and he is a goaltender. So it looks like either Taylor Gauthier or Arturs Silovs is going to get the start in Game 2, coming up in just a couple of minutes from now. Stuart Skinner will not dress today versus Florida due to an upper body injury. So just to recap, Avery Hayes and Taylor Gauthier have been recalled. Stuart Skinner will not dress for this game against the Florida Panthers. Speaking of whom, let's get right back to the game breakdown and break down the fun part, the goals, shots on goal by period coming up following that. All right, here we go, folks. First period of the game, there was a power play goal scored here because of the penalty taken by Mike Benning. First, takes Noel Achari 20 seconds to give Pittsburgh the early lead with his 12th goal of the season. Elmer Zorderblom with his 5th assist of the season, 12th goal of the season for Noel Achari game. He picks up assist number 48 of the season. Time of the goal, once again, 20 seconds into the game. Then after Mike Benning takes a 2-minute minor for boarding in the first period of play, drawn by Brian Rust, by the way. Erik Karlsson, the aforementioned Erik Karlsson, scores Pittsburgh's first PPG for PGH of the day and his 10th goal of the season. Captain Sidney Crosby on the assist, his 40th of the season. Igor Chinikov picks up his 10th assist of the season. The Penguins are out to an early 2 lead 5 minutes 6 seconds into the first period of play. AJ Greer gets the Panthers on the board with his 10th goal of the year. Cole Reinhardt picks up his 5th assist of the season. Gustav Forsling also picking up an assist, number 24 on the year for him. Panthers on the board at 7 minutes 10 seconds into the first period. But the game would not go into the first intermission 2-1 Penguins. Cole S. picks up his 2nd assist of the season on Seth Jones' 7th goal of the year at 14 minutes, 31 seconds, not 41, 31 seconds. It's the Panthers 2 and the Penguins 2, but it only takes Anthony Mantha as we drop into our second period scoring, 1 minute 51 seconds to put Pittsburgh back in front with his 31st goal of the year. That would be followed later by the second PPG for PGH of the game for Pittsburgh, scored by number 71, Evgeni Malkin, his 16th goal of the year. First of 3 goals he scored in the game. Erik Karlsson on the assist, his 49th of the season. First assist of the season, 2nd assist of the game. He picked up an assist on the on the Karlsson power play goal, as did Igor Chinikov. So Karlsson now with 2 assists. Crosby with 2 assists. It's 4-2 Penguins thanks to Gino Machino scoring on the power play. The first power play goal of the period, but second of the game for the Penguins. But Gino wasn't done there. At 5 minutes, 51 seconds, that is when he scored on the power play goal, his first goal of the game. His second goal of the game came at 8 minutes and 27 seconds, 10th of the year for Evgeni Malkin. Both Tommy Novak and Rickard Rakell picking up their 24th assists of the season. Number 24 for Tommy Novak, number 24 for Rickard Rakell on the season for assists. That made it 5-2 Penguins. Penguins were in front by a goal on the Anthony Mantha unassisted goal. Then on the power play goal, they go up by 2. Now they're up by 3. Let's go up by 4. Elmer Zoderblom joins the party here, his 5th goal of the year. Connor Dewar, the sole assist, number 16 on the season for Connor Dewar. Who time of the goal, 9 minutes, 53 seconds. That made it 6-2 Penguins. Now the Penguins are going to go up by 5 as Rickard Rakell joins the fray, scoring the 3rd power play goal of the game for the Penguins and the 2nd power play goal, PPG for PGH, of the game in the 2nd period. It's the 3rd of the game for the Penguins on the power play, 2nd of the period, number 22 for Rickard Rakell in terms of goals, assisted by Evgeni Malkin, his 39th assist of the season, picking up the only that was an only assist for him. Does he have another assist on the way? Nope, that was his only assist of the game. Number 39 on the year. Erik Karlsson, however, Karlsson had a day. He picked up an assist on the Achari goal, an assist on the Malkin goal, and now he's got an assist with Malkin on the Rickard Rakell goal. His 50th of the year, 3rd of the game, and it's 7-2 Pittsburgh. And rounding out that 6-goal second period with Ryan Shea adding to the total, making it 8-2, and a 6-goal lead at 8-2, I believe. Yep, 6 goals at 8-2 at the end of 40 minutes of play. So you went from tied to down by 6, Florida. Interesting. Anywho, on the Ryan Shea goal, Ryan Shea's 6th goal of the year, Anthony Mantha picks up his 30th assist of the season, and Samuel Girardi picks up his 15th assist of the season as well. Time of the goal by Rickard Rakell on the power play, 17 minutes, 48 seconds. We will take a commercial break. When we come back, the 3rd period scoring from Pittsburgh and Florida. And upon the conclusion of that, the shots on goal for the game, the other game stats, and the 3 stars of the game. We are getting close to puck drop between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Florida Panthers from PPG Paints Arena, but we are wrapping up the game from Saturday, and that 3rd period to wrap up the scoring portion of the show, leading into the game totals and 3 stars, comes your way next. Stick with us.
Have you ever wanted a talk show that discusses news, politics, the show's favorite sports teams, as well as sports media and broadcasting? Check out The Ali Musa Show, where we discuss these topics in a single package. To learn more about the show, please visit thealimusashow.ca. While you're over there, subscribe to the newsletter so you never miss an update. Besides, it's free. Enter your email address and hit subscribe.
The Ali Musa Show is part of the Musa Slobodian Network, where good conversations happen. To learn more about the network, please visit themusaslobodiannetwork.ca. While you're there, subscribe so you never miss a network update. Enter your email and hit subscribe.
I wonder if I could make it. It's almost getting to 8 o'clock p.m., and I am still a few more steps away from home to get to my computer to listen to CNT Radio's Cosmopolitan Culture Club. The best of the best music from around the world. Can't wait. I think I made it. CNT Radio, making your day brighter, one song at a time.
Have you ever wondered about the books we've been reading throughout the week?
Are you looking for friendly banter and technology tips at the same time?
Then you've come to the right place.
Check out the Ali and McCara Show. It airs live on Sunday afternoons at 3:30 p.m. Eastern.
Until spring. In the spring, we'll switch back to Mondays.
To learn more about the show, please visit thealiandmccarashow.ca.
While you're there, subscribe to the newsletter so you never miss an update. And besides, it's free.
Enter your email address and hit subscribe.
The Ali and McCara Show is part of the Musa Slobodian Network, where good conversations happen.
To learn more about the network, please visit themusaslobodiannetwork.ca.
Enter your email and hit subscribe so you never miss network updates.
Welcome back, folks, to Penguins postgame. Penguins and the Panthers. Getting you set for the action between the Penguins and Panthers from PPG Paints Arena coming up in a few short moments from now. As we previously mentioned via Pittsburgh Penguins on Twitter, unfortunately, Stuart Skinner has an upper body injury and will not dress today against the Florida Panthers. As a result, Avery Hayes has been recalled from Wilkes-Barre Scranton, and Taylor Gauthier, a goaltender, has also been recalled from the Wheeling Nailers. But we'll get to that more in a bit as we try to figure out who is just going to start against Danielle Tarasov. I'm putting my money on Arturs Silovs. I don't think it's going to be Taylor. I think Taylor's going to be a backup. I think it's going to be Arturs Silovs. Just thinking out loud here. Anywho, let's get back to the action. The penalty summary is in the books. We just have one period left to recap scoring from, and then we can get into the stats. So without further ado, let's get to it and keep this show rolling here on Sports for Beginners, Penguins postgame. It all began 3 minutes and 30 seconds in as Evgeni Malkin added to an already 6-goal lead for the Pittsburgh Penguins of 8-2. And he quickly made it 9-2 with his third goal of the game, 18th of the season. He now has 18 goals on the season and a hat trick in this one. But the Florida Panthers would not go away. Even though they were down by 7, they made it. Interest. Our final score was 9-4 in favor of the Penguins, which means Florida lost this time by 5 goals instead of by 2 goals back in October. Final score of that game in October, 5-3 Penguins over Florida in Florida. All right, to the goals to make it 9-3, Noah Gregor. His 4th goal of the year, assisted by Sam Bennett. Bennett's 32nd assist of the season. Number 32 on the year for Sam Bennett. Matthew Tkachuk, number 19 on the season in assists for him. Able to get another assist there. He did not have an assist up until that point in the third period, but I still thought he played pretty well. Time of the goal, 8 minutes, 2 seconds. It's 9-3. What was a 7-goal lead of 9-2 has now become a 6-goal lead. Later in the frame, at 10 minutes and 46 seconds, AJ Greer, a goal already in the game. Let's get ourselves an assist here. And he does just that, getting the sole assist on the 10th goal of the season by Mackie Samuskevich at 10 minutes and 46 seconds in. That made it a 5-goal game, and the Penguins would hang on to the 5-goal lead to beat the Panthers 9-4. They would hang on, and as a result, our final score, Penguins 9 and the Panthers 4. Shots on goal by period. After the first 20 minutes of play, the Penguins were out shooting Florida 9-7. After 40 minutes of play, they outshot Florida 18-6 in the period. Shots on goal for the game at this current time, after 40 minutes of play, 27 for the Penguins and 13 for the Panthers. The Panthers get a little taste of revenge in the third period, out shooting Pittsburgh 10-4. But ultimately, it would be the Penguins who wind up out shooting the Florida Panthers 23 for the game. The face-off dot had 65 right from 5 p.m. and a couple of face-offs since then. Game started at 5 p.m., 8 minutes after 5 p.m. Eastern, and finished 3 minutes after 7:40 p.m. Eastern. Of those 65 faceoffs, the Penguins won 35 out of 65 for just about 54% of the faceoffs won. 46% of those faceoffs were won by Florida, winning 30 out of 65. The power play for Florida was 0-0, as they did not get an opportunity to be on the power play in this one, which means the Penguins' penalty kill also 0-0, as they did not get an opportunity to touch the ice. The PK did not touch the ice. The Penguins' power play, however, touched the ice 3 times and scored 3 times. 1 goal by Erik Karlsson, another goal by Evgeni Malkin, and then the last goal of the game scored by Rickard Rakell. All told, the Panthers go 0 for 3 on the penalty kill. The Penguins go 3 for 3 on the power play. Panthers with 11 minutes spent in the box. They did not have a single takeaway in this game. They had 20 giveaways in this one. 18 hits to Pittsburgh's 10. 14 block shots to Pittsburgh's 11. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, 10 hits, 11 block shots, 19 giveaways, 6 takeaways, and they only spent 5 minutes in the box. The 3 penalties that were 2 minutes, you add that up with the 5-minute major that Luke Kay and Connor Clifton, I paused there for a little bit, Connor Clifton, dropped the mitts, each receiving 5 minutes for fighting as a result. All right, folks, just before we go to the break, because we are going to come back on the other side and give you the play of the game and a look around the NHL. Following a look around the NHL from Saturday's action, we will go through every game leading into our play of the game, which means our last break of the show, setting us up for an additional break where we will get you set up for the Penguins and the Panthers from PPG Paints Arena. We will set that all up for you in an additional break coming up in a few short moments. But now that the game breakdown is out of the way, the stats are out of the way, it is time before we go to the break that will lead us into the NHL look around and play of the game. It is time to take a look at our 3 stars of the game. Your 3rd star went to number 25 of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Elmer Zoderblom, a 2-point day for him. 1 goal, 1 assist. 2nd star went to Penguin defenseman Erik Karlsson. 4-point day for him, 3 assists, 1 goal. And your 1st star might have been number 71 last night in your program at the end of the day, but at the end of the night, I should say, he is your 1st star in your heart. He might have been number 71 in your program, but he's number 1 in your heart. Gino, a 4-point day for Gino. 1 assist, 3 goals. Gino is your first star of the game. Those are brought to you by on the Penguins and Florida Panthers radio and TV networks, their respective sponsors. If you would like to get in on the action, you can get in on the action by checking us out at Sports for Beginners Podcast 8231 gmail.com. That is our email address. Or you can check us out on Facebook. Just type Sports for Beginners into your browser, into your Facebook search browser, I should say. Make sure you add podcast. Another way to get in on the action, through the Discord server or on WhatsApp. Links to the WhatsApp and Discord server will be in the description of this episode. If you are having trouble accessing the Discord, let me know and I will be able to assist you there. You can also jump into the 3 stars, play of the game, shake of the game puck of the game, etc., etc. However your favorite pod platform works on YouTube and Spotify. Comments down below. You may also be able to do so via review on Apple Podcasts. And I will read them. That much for sure. All right, folks, play of the game, shake of the game puck of the game. What's next for Pittsburgh? What's next for Florida? And a look around the NHL following, or rather leading in to our play of the game, is coming up next. It's countdown to puck drop, which has ended as we speak, but we have just 2 segments to go before we say goodbye and get into the action. When we return, the play of the game and the shake of the game, along with the NHL scoreboard from Saturday. Be sure to stick with us.
CNT Radio will never give you up. They will never let you down, nor will they run around or desert you. So join Nick Astley for the Melting Pot every Saturday on CNT Radio. Hang on a minute. He's not Nick Astley. Oh, jings, I've done it wrong. Anyway, just join Nick for the Melting Pot on CNT Radio.
Hi, Scott. It's Ali here. I just wanted to mention that I'm really enjoying the show, and I'm really enjoying what you're putting together. And I wanted to just say I'm enjoying being a part of it as well. So please keep up the phenomenal work, and make sure you guys keep this podcast going because it really suits you well.
Have you ever wondered about the books we've been reading throughout the week?
Are you looking for friendly banter and technology tips at the same time?
Then you've come to the right place.
Check out the Ali and McCara Show. It airs live on Sunday afternoons at 3:30 p.m. Eastern.
Until spring. In the spring, we'll switch back to Mondays.
To learn more about the show, please visit thealiandmccarashow.ca.
While you're there, subscribe to the newsletter so you never miss an update. And besides, it's free.
Enter your email address and hit subscribe.
The Ali and McCara Show is part of the Musa Slobodian Network, where good conversations happen.
To learn more about the network, please visit themusaslobodiannetwork.ca.
Enter your email and hit subscribe so you never miss network updates.
It is officially go time between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Florida Panthers. Game 2 of 2 from Pittsburgh is about set to get going here. Penguins and Panthers from PPG Paints Arena about to get started with game number 2 of 2 from inside PPG Paints Arena. 3 of 3 within the season series. That is just about set to get going. And folks, it will indeed be Danielle Tarasov taking on Arturs Silovs. Silovs is suiting up as per the injury update we brought up earlier. in the program. Kind of glad we did. All right, we got a play of the game to get to from the Saturday game, and we got a shake of the game and game puck to get to from this 9 win. Before we do, however, let's give you a look at the scoreboard. We are not sharing our screen throughout the program of this one, but that's okay. With that, let's bring you the scores. The Rangers beat the Red Wings 4-1 in MSG, the site of a PWHL takeover game later that day. We'll talk about that on our PWHL coverage when we get back to that. The Wild, meanwhile, in the NHL action again, beat the Ottawa Senators in Ottawa 4-1. Jonas Brodin with a goal, his 4th of the year. That got things started for Minnesota. The only shutout of the day belongs to the Colorado Avalanche, who defeated the Dallas Stars in shutout fashion. The Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Boston Bruins 3-1. I was going to say 5-1, but nope, it was 3-1. The Montreal Canadiens, who played around the same time as the Penguins and the Panthers, go to a shootout and beat the Devils 4-3. Devils had to force the shootout by tying the game up. And the man who was able to get the game tied up was Timo Meier, who tied it up at 17 minutes and 45 seconds in the third period of play. So not a lot of time left on the clock, but enough to get that one in there. Otherwise, that game would have ended 3-2 in favor of Montreal. Oliver Kapanen with the shootout winner in that one. To Washington we go, and the Capitals taking down the Buffalo Sabres 6-2, which brings us to Raleigh. In Raleigh, the Hurricanes battle hard against the Islanders and beat the Islanders 4-3. Over in Columbus, the Jets defeat the Blue Jackets 2-1. In Vancouver, the Canucks fall 7-4 to the Mammoth. In LA, we have the Kings taking care of business in wild fashion as they defeat the Toronto Maple Leafs 7-6. And with the recent loss before the LA Kings game in LA, the Maple Leafs, before they came to LA, were officially mathematically eliminated from playoff contention, which means they will miss the postseason this year. Other finals around the league: Golden Knights beating the Oilers 5-1. Predators taking down the Sharks. Kraken falling 4-2 to the Chicago Blackhawks. And the Calgary Flames beat the Anaheim Ducks 5-3. As a result of action, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Buffalo Sabres, and the Carolina Hurricanes are the only teams right now in the Eastern Conference that are in the postseason and will play in the Stanley Cup playoffs 2026. Eliminated from the Eastern Conference are the Toronto Maple Leafs, Florida Panthers, and the New York Rangers. Over in the West, the Minnesota Wild, Dallas Stars, and the Colorado Avalanche are in the postseason. And eliminated from playoff contention in the West are the Chicago Blackhawks and the Vancouver Canucks. Still a lot to be done here, but as the wild card goes right now, we have 2 of the division leaders in the Metro not yet in the playoffs yet. And we have 1 of the division leaders in the Atlantic not yet in the postseason. Ottawa and Boston hold the Eastern Conference wild card spots as we speak, but Columbus, Washington, and Detroit remain in the hunt, as do the New Jersey Devils. But if the Devils lose a game, they could very well be the next eliminated team in the Eastern Conference. Over in the Western Conference, we will be getting to the play of the game. We will get there. We will get there before we go to the break. We will get there. All 3 teams in the Central, Dallas, Minnesota, and Colorado, have clinched a postseason berth. In the Pacific, the Oilers, Ducks, and Golden Knights have yet to get into the postseason, and their wild card in the wild cards in the Western Conference are the Utah Mammoth and the Nashville Predators. In the hunt are the Los Angeles Kings, San Jose Sharks, Winnipeg Jets and St. Louis Blues, also in the hunt, but also on the way to probably being eliminated, are the Calgary Flames and the Seattle Kraken. So lots of pivotal games coming up. All right, let's get to the play of the game as we have begun play in Game 2 from PPG Paints Arena. We have begun play as we speak. All right, play of the game from Saturday. There's a lot of players I could choose for this one. By the way, it's brought to you by Florida and Pittsburgh on their respective TV and radio networks. It's brought to you by their respective sponsors. For me, we don't have a sponsor on our podcast, but that's okay. If we had a guest on the show, they would get the honor to do 3 stars of the game and the play of the game, but we don't have a guest, so it comes courtesy of the host. And for me, I got to go with the goal, the first goal of the game by Evgeni Malkin, and second power play goal of the game by Pittsburgh. I thought it was really a tone setter, to be honest. I thought it was really a tone setter. So Gino's power play goal, Steve goal of the year. He now has 18 goals on the year, with the other 2 he scored in this one, equivalent for a chance to pass the 1,400 NHL points mark and become just the 23rd player in league history to reach 1,400 points, and 3rd active player joining Penguins teammate Sidney Crosby, 1,756, and Washington Capitals forward Alex Ovechkin, 1,682. Malkin has played 1,266 games for the Penguins since they selected him in the first round. Number 2 overall of the 2004 NHL draft. By the way, this hat trick that Malkin scored on Saturday was the 15th in the NHL for his career for the 39-year-old forward, and his first since March 27th, 2022, when he had 3 goals and an assist in an 11-2 win over the Detroit Red Wings. Another man who passed a milestone here as we go to a break, coming out of the play of the game here, Sidney Crosby. He had 2 assists to pass Steve Yzerman, 1,755, for the 7th most points all time. And Erik Karlsson had a goal and an assist for the Penguins, who, going into this game today, have now won. Yes, they have now won 3 of their last 4 games, with Ricard Raquel, Anthony Mantha, and Elmar Zordablom each having a goal and an assist, and Arturs Silovs, the starter for the Penguins today, as he was yesterday, making 19 saves. All right, folks, setting up the scene for the next 5, I should say, for the Penguins, including the game going on in Pittsburgh between the Penguins and the Panthers. The shake of the game, schedules, and game puck of the game to round it out on Penguins postgame as we get you ready for the action.
Take another look with Gerda Felix and Melanie Taddeo Malo, 2 powerful women of diverse backgrounds having genuine, unique, and uncomfortable conversations that everyone needs to have. Join Melanie and Gerda for conversations about what is missing from human connections.
Hi, Scott. It's Ali here. I just wanted to mention that I'm really enjoying the show and I'm really enjoying what you're putting together. And I wanted to just say I'm enjoying being a part of it as well. So please keep up the phenomenal work and make sure you guys keep this podcast going because it really suits you well.
Cianity Radio will never give you up. They will never let you down, nor will they run around or desert you. So join Nick Astley for the Melting Pot every Saturday on Cianity Radio. Hang on a minute. He's not Nick Astley. Oh, Jinx, I've done it wrong. Anyway, just join Nick for the melting pot on CNT Radio.
All right, folks, welcome back to Penguins postgame. Penguins and the Panthers, topic of conversation. The game has begun between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Florida Panthers as we speak. That second game right now is currently 3-1, but we have a show to wrap up here. So, in case you missed it, our play of the game went to Gino Machino. Evgeni Malkin. If we had a guest on the program, they would have the opportunity to provide us with the play of the game. We got a rapid fire here because I want to get to our schedule. So to rapid fire, we are going to do the game puck of the game and the shake of the game for both sides, along with their schedule to close things up here. All right, here we go. Let's start with the Florida Panthers. And before we get to their recipients, let's get to their games. So coming up for the Florida Panthers, of course, their next 5 at this current time include the game going on right now between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Florida Panthers, as I mentioned in a score update for the game. The Penguins are leading the Florida Panthers 3-1. Reminder, if the Penguins win this game, they will win out the season series against Florida. But we'll talk about that more in a bit on our next edition of programming. Moving right along, they will continue their 5-game road trip, which is down to 3 coming after this game, with a visit to Montreal at 7 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, April at 7 p.m. Then they will battle in Ottawa at 7 p.m. on Thursday, April 9th. On Saturday, April 10th, the Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs will be doing battle. You could watch it on Sportsnet and CBC as part of Hockey Night in Canada. And last but certainly not least, they will open up their final 2-game homestand of the year in their next 5 games with a visit from the New York Rangers. Puck drops at 7 p.m. Eastern. And with that, it's time to reveal their recipients. For the shake of the game, got to give it to the man who is starting for the Panthers in this one. He also had to come in as a backup for this game. We're going to give it to the puck stopper, Danielle Tarasov, who played 30 minutes and 7 seconds of ice time yesterday, made 9 saves on 12 shots, gave up 3 goals, 1 on the power play, 2 at even strength. Sergei Bobrovsky, the starter, by the way, who will get an honorable mention, saw 19 shots and made 13 saves, gave up 6 goals before being pulled, 2 on the power play, 4 at even strength. He would not finish the second period, but he would finish the first 20 minutes of play. Game puck of the game, that goes to goal scorer AJ Greer, one of the 4 goals scored by AJ Greer on a 2-point day for AJ Greer. Oh, and by the way, AJ Greer, I'm not sure if he is playing in the game going on right now. Gonna take a quick look at that. First period, by the way, is in the books, and it was a busy one in terms of penalties, by the way. I'm not sure if AJ is playing or is scratched for this one. And I don't see AJ being scratched, so he is indeed playing in this one, which is 3-1 at the end of 20 minutes of play in Pittsburgh, with the Penguins leading by a score of 3-1. All right, AJ Greer and Danielle Tarasov, shake of the game recipients and game puck of the game recipients for the Florida Panthers. For the Pittsburgh Penguins, their next 5, including the game going on right now that they are leading 3-1, they will make a pit stop as they will take on the Devils from Newark, New Jersey on Thursday, April 2026. Right now, first game, by the way, in the next 5 is the game that's going on right now. And that is happening right now, Sunday, April 5th, 2026. Penguins leading that game 3-1 as we speak. From Newark, New Jersey to back to Pittsburgh for a double dose of 3 p.m. game. First in Pittsburgh against the Washington Capitals on Saturday, April 11th. Then on Sunday, April 12th, from Washington, D.C., to start up the final 2-game road trip of the year, which will end the Penguins season, whether they make the postseason or not, in St. Louis, Missouri, where they will take on the St. Louis Blues at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. As for the shake of the game, for this game, got to give credit where credit is due, and credit is due for the shake of the game to goaltender Arturs Silovs, backstopping 19 of the 23 shots he faced from Florida in this one. Gave up 4 goals, both at even strength, but made 19 saves as a result. Want to issue congratulations to Gino Machino and, of course, my boy, Sidney Crosby, who will get an honorable mention, but Arturs Silovs with the game puck of the game, and Evgeni Malkin picks up the player of the game segment we call the shake of the game. Quick rundown of the final couple games following the game going on right now. The Penguins will go to New Jersey on Thursday night, be back in Pittsburgh Saturday afternoon, head for Washington on Sunday afternoon, and then Tuesday night, April 14th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, they go head-to-head once again with the St. Louis Blues. The Penguins have 94 points as we speak. If they were to get 2 points against the Panthers again, they would keep getting closer. But the question is, how can Carolina lock up the Metropolitan Division? I'm telling you right now, after Saturday, I thought Carolina, with the win, locked up the division. I thought that division for the Metro was locked up. I thought it was locked up. I thought there was no way the Penguins would be able to still be fighting for the division. But stranger things have happened. With that said, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for joining us. The next Penguins postgame show will be ahead of the Blue Jays' first game with the Minnesota Twins. And on that show, we will recap the April schedule so far for the Penguins and the New Jersey Devils. We will also recap the season series, plus take a look at where the teams land going into their final games of the year. We will talk standings. The game puck of the game will be replaced by a Bucks and Pucks update. I can't promise we'll go over the Thursday around the NHL, but I will say this. We will be doing the play of the game, 3 stars, the game breakdown, minus the officiating crew just for time constraints. And we will be doing the shake of the game and play of the game. Play of the game to follow on this episode after our Devils game between the Devils and the Penguins, before the show is through and before we get to Bucks and Pucks. So not right away, but somewhere in the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Scott McGregor honoring the Hall of Fame broadcaster of Pittsburgh, Mike Lang. First of all, saying Happy Easter, everybody. When this drops for you, you probably will have Easter gone, but at the time we are recording this is Easter. All things considered, we thank you so much for being with us and joining us. And to honor the great Mike Lang as we close up, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Brazeau has just left the building. It was my spin on the iconic line from Mike Lang. Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has just left the building. That's it for us. Penguins win 9-4. They are currently winning 3-1. Will it stay that way? What will the final score be? Will the Penguins go back to town on the Florida Panthers? The answers to be revealed when the final horn goes in Pittsburgh. Penguins 9, Panthers 4. That's it for Penguins postgame. Thank you for joining us. We will catch you after Pens and Devils to recap what exactly the final score of Panthers versus Penguins was from East, which is today. The rest of the scores so far from the month of April, the Penguins have gone into. So make sure you are subscribed. Would love it if you took a second to rate, review, and share the podcast. Milestones galore. And here's to many more from Gino, Sid, and many of the Penguins organization. Enjoy the hockey game, everybody, or what's left of it if you've been tuned in here. We'll catch it on the flip side. Thank you so much for listening to Sports for Beginners. If you would like to learn more about the show, you can visit the podcast Facebook page or visit the official website. You can also send us an email at sportsforbeginnerspodcast8231@gmail.com. As we always remind you, it is not goodbye, it is until next time.